This is the most I've ever felt like an artist. This is my gold record moment.
I'd also like to shout out all the students, artists, and fellow inductees that have worked so incredibly hard to give their creative gifts to the world, making the world so much better in the process.
The feeling you get when you create something, either all alone or with other people, that feeling that is indescribable. That feeling that we want to recreate over and over again.
To other students that may be listening or worried that they're not doing enough, is this crazy? Should I be doing this? Do it, because if it's your passion, it's gonna always lead you back.
Anything is possible, and never let go of what drives you to become a better creator.
In the beginning of your career, it's really about saying yes to every job that comes your way, because you never know what's going to lead to the next thing.
To all the future students and the current students, keep working. You can do it.
This is already a better audience than the December crowd. They did not applaud when I came up on stage. I remember that. I remember that. Not that you should ever applaud for me. Welcome to the Los Angeles Film School and Recording School. I know that some of you, traveled many hours because you live a couple miles away from campus. And for others, you've traveled from states and different time zones, okay? So thank you for joining us today, in this community, in this theater together. And want to also make everyone aware, and a special recognition and shout out, that we're live streaming this and recording this because we have so many distance education online graduates today as well, okay? And if I'm looking in the right camera, I'm just giving a wave, okay, to all of them who could not, of course, maybe make it out to LA, but it is so important that we honor and recognize those graduates. And of course, they have their family and friends who are also watching this with us today, okay? I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you something you already know. This is a great group of graduates, right? They are fantastic. I spend every morning before graduation and I meet them and I congratulate them, I thank them, I listen to their stories, and it's just one of my favorite parts of this particular position that I'm in, and just a really impressive group. So please join me and join all of us here at the Film and Recording School in welcoming our January 2025 graduating cohort. Yes. I asked the graduates, what version of the commencement ceremony do you want, the long or the short version, okay? The long one is 3 hours, and the short is about 27 minutes, but I think with the energy and the enthusiasm, we may go 3.5, 4 hours, okay? So they voted for the long one. So back in 1983, how about we just have the best version, okay? We're here. We're here to honor and celebrate you. And, through the conversations and listening to all of you this morning, a common theme emerged. It goes by fast. It goes by quickly, right? 18, 20, 32, 36. Some of you maybe extended it. I think everyone said that you wanted this experience extended to 48 months, right? I think that's what I heard. But if you thought that those months and those years went by fast, today's going to go by even faster. It really, truly will, okay? So we've developed a kind of a new tradition here at the Los Angeles Film and Recording Schools that you have one final homework assignment, okay? And you have to complete it before we actually mail you your degree, all right? And this goes too, okay, my online graduates, hopefully you can hear me crystal clear. You also have the same homework assignment. It goes by quick. And so what we really just want you to do is take this moment, today or this weekend, you're celebrating with family and friends, and, have a really kind of private and selfish moment, introspective and reflective. It's your time, okay? And, you can just hop in a DeLorean with me and let's go back a little bit in time. Thank you for that. Thank you for laughing, okay? I have floated that DeLorean coming out the last 3 graduations, and it's a little hit or miss, okay? Back to the Future. So let's go back in time and let's go back to orientation day. Orientation, right? For some of you, campus-based, local LA area students, perhaps your orientation took place right in this exact same theater, okay? For the online graduates who have flown out to LA for the ceremony, you were taking that online orientation session, in San Diego. You might have been in Texas, South Carolina, Alabama. Our online graduates, we serve and educate students from upwards to 38 states in a given calendar year, 5 to 10 international countries. So I want you to also think about, where was I, during the orientation? And as part of this homework assignment, just think about who you were back then. What were those kind of academic goals that you may have had? What were some of those kind of professional, pre-professional career goals and aspirations that you might have had? Who were you back then? And then you can fast forward to today, this moment, and think about how much you've developed, right? You've achieved some of those and many, if not all of those academic goals. You have an idea of what your passion may be after graduation, following your bliss into a professional industry. And then also give yourself a tremendous amount of credit of how you have developed as a human being. Because listening to some of your stories, a graduate drove from Santa Barbara every single week to go to a campus program. For some of you, you persevered even through the pandemic. Maybe took a little pause, but you came right back and you finished what you wanted to start. You all have those stories. You're tenacious, you're relentless, you've got the grit and the perseverance. And that's where I want you to have that homework assignment and give yourself credit for that, okay? Now that's a 20-page paper, APA style, okay? My online graduates, 20 pages, 20, okay? No, I'm kidding, please do not do that, all right? That next step, and that's a common theme that you're gonna hear today from our wonderful speakers, is, this journey and the steps that you've taken to get to today. And we know kind of that next step is you're gonna go out there, right? You're gonna go out there in this professional world, following that bliss. I continue to emphasize that. And you're gonna go out there and you're gonna have a lot of projects, these really intense, fields that you're gonna be working in and things of that nature. And don't forget some of those lessons you learned from probably one of your first graduations from kindergarten. It's about who you are. It's about how you act and you react in those times of stresses and pressures. It's how you communicate. It's how you treat others. Because those projects will be completed. Those will pass. But the way that you act and the way that you treat others, people don't forget that. The good and the bad, right? So all of these wonderful kind of like core skills that we've ideally developed and you've learned, those are gonna be fantastic, but it's also those softer skills that are gonna carry with you, okay? Do not forget that. And that's probably one of the first lessons that you learned in one of your first graduations from like kindergarten, so please, do not forget that. Go out there, follow that bliss, accomplish what you wanna accomplish, do the heroes and sheroes journey in mythology. Go out there, acquire the wisdom, the knowledge, and then we ask that you bring that back to the school. Working with our alumni relations, our career development, serving on panels for our current and future students, giving guest lectures. Go out there, get 4+ years of industry experience, and then I'll hire you to teach our future students, okay? Because for all of you that are here today, for all of our online graduates that are joining, on Monday, we have our next orientation. And your story is an inspiration to those students that are joining our community on Monday, okay? Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to introduce a dear colleague of mine who personifies that student-centric spirit and approach that we have at this institution. Charles Kangangas, who is the program director for our film department.
Thank you, Dr. Woody. Appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. Welcome our online community. As Dr. Woody said, I'm the program director of film. Film encompasses the online film program, the digital filmmaking program. Do we have anybody graduating walking today? I know we have many watching at home. Welcome. Our writing for film and television program online. Do we have any folks with our writing for film and television program? Excellent. Welcome. And our ground film program. I think we have a few people here graduating today with that, correct? Yes. Excellent. My journey to this point in my career started in 2009. Your journey, graduates, started with a question. It might have come from somebody here with you today, from one of your support team, a parent, a grandparent, a sibling, a teacher, a friend, a mentor. It could have happened when you were 4 or when you were 54. And that is, what do you want to be when you grow up? At that time, you might have said a doctor, a lawyer. You might have said a nurse. You might have said, I don't know, what else do we have? What did you want to be? An astronaut. I love that one. Any drum player? Soccer player. I always wanted to be third base for the New York Yankees. Listen, there's still time. There's still time. And then there was what you had to do to provide, what you had to do to make a living, what you had to do in some cases to put food on the table or to raise a family. It's not that you couldn't have been one of those professions that you mentioned at a younger stage in your life, but you didn't want to do those jobs. Buckminster Fuller once said, the moment you choose what you really want to do in life, it's a different kind of life. I'm going to speak in screenwriting terms. It still relates to music writing, to songwriting too. There's something called the inciting incident that happens in screenwriting. And it is the pivotal scene that happens to the main character that launches them on a journey of change. You each have your own. Many students have shared theirs with me. It might have been when you heard an ad on Hulu or TikTok or Meta, X. My favorite is the ones that they talk about when they get off the exit at Sunset Boulevard, and there's a sign that says, the Los Angeles Film School this way, as you go right past Netflix. That pivotal moment that you said, I want to go after my dream. I want to pursue a passion in animation, in entertainment business, in film, in TV, in recording, in making music. You put your fears aside and you came to the LA Film School. I'm going to continue in screenwriting terms, and then there's your first act, your first academic year, which began right here in this room, orientation, where we have a handoff from our admissions team to our education team. You left orientation to go to breakout sessions where you sat with our program directors, many of them here today that are going to help administer your diplomas later. Rob Degladio, Nelson Ocampo, Mac Torluccio, program directors who laid out your programs for you, who shared with you what we expected of you for the next 18 months or 36 months. And they listened to you to hear what you expected of us. I'd like to take a minute to thank you all for doing the surveys we do every month. Remember those? Probably had to do one this month. You may not know this, but we have students do surveys every month, every single month, that tell us, how was the course? How challenging was it? How was the instructor? What was great about it? What wasn't so good about it? And we look at these on a monthly basis. Each program director reviews them. Each faculty member for that course reviews it. And we change our program based on your input. You help us build this program over the time you were here. And I remember reading one once where it said, the student wrote, I don't know why I'm doing this again. Nobody reads these. We do, and we take them seriously, and I want to thank you for helping us build our programs as you were going through them. Your first academic year, Act 1, challenges, new software, new programs, new collaborators, everything new. It was challenging. It was hard. When you looked around the room in your first class, and then you looked at your cohort the next month, they all might not have been there, but you guys were. And you guys stayed and persevered. Then Act 2, your second academic year. Most second acts are a little longer in screenwriting. They're always layered with more progressive complications, more challenges, more difficulties, more software, maybe new collaborators, because you didn't see eye to eye with the old collaborators. That's okay. Maybe you felt confident in what you were doing and in your work, and you stepped out into the business to see what it was like. Maybe you had to step away to help family, or in some cases, to continue to serve our country. And I want to thank the military vets here today for their service. Thank you very much. And then your third academic year flies by, like Kyle said. Students say to me, I can't believe this is it. I can't believe this is my last class. I can't believe this is my last survey. I can't believe I'm finished. I can't believe I'm done. Here at the LA Film School, you're not done. Not at all. We have built an education that we consider a progressive education that from the very first day was built on the foundation of what do you do after graduation. Most Hollywood movies have sequels, right? Sonic 3. I got to see 1 and 2. My daughter's completely enthralled with 1. I heard there's going to be a Toy Story 5. A friend of mine just went up for an audition for it. And some not-so-good movies get sequels, but that's okay. That's what we do here. Your sequel will be your careers. What does the landscape look like for jobs right now? I mean, the past couple of years have been challenging. We've had strikes. We've had work stoppages. But now we're back. And what happens next? Fires. The community in Los Angeles is a very resilient community. The fires impacted many of our faculty, our staff, our current students, and our alumni, some who lost their apartments and everything they had in it. But last night was a very special night in Los Angeles because the entertainment community comes together, a community you are entering. And in 2 separate concerts, one at the Kia Forum and one at the Intuit Dome, actors, comedians, performers, hosts came to help give back, to help raise money for our community. Because not everybody who lost their homes and lost everything they had is rich. Not everybody had insurance. But it's that community that you're joining that pulls together. It's a very special community. Your careers, what will they look like? You may not find your name at the top of the marquee, though we hope you do. You may not find yourself holding a Grammy, though we hope you'll be associated with Grammy-winning material. You may not find yourself holding an Oscar, though you might, because we have had graduates who do hold Oscars. The most special moment in my career happened for the first time when I sat in a movie theater and saw my name amongst hundreds, and in other films, thousands of technicians, creative people, business people who helped create, sell, distribute content. That's a special day. You have set yourself up for that special day. And your work ethic, don't forget that. This business is a lot more lucky when you're prepared than fair. We have been a part of your journey that got you here today. Your instructors, your mentors here, your fellow collaborators, your fellow students helped get you here. Don't forget that work ethic that got you here today. I read a writer who spoke about every time he starts a new project, he starts at the bottom of the hill. He starts with the very first steps that get him to slowly create something that moves him up to the top of that hill. Don't forget the bottom of the hill, because it's your work ethic, it's your joy in this business that will get you hired again and again and again. We are proud of you here at the Los Angeles Film School. We are so proud of the accomplishments you've made, proud of the work that got you here today, and we want to continue to be part of your successes of tomorrow. Congratulations, graduates. It's my privilege, and I don't use that word lightly, to introduce our next speaker. And he doesn't know me. But I learned more about Peter Munter at our Spotlight inductee ceremony last year. Peter is a songwriter, he's a singer, he's an artist, he's a performer. He graduated from the Los Angeles Film School with one degree in 2014 and another one in 2015. And he found a niche and a talent, an amazing talent in engineering, in audio, and in casting and directing voiceover actors. He has been nominated for Emmys. He's won a Golden Reel Award, which is a very, very special award in a small community of artists, of mixers in the editing profession, for his work on one of my favorite Lego movies, Batman: Family Matters. But why I'm so privileged to introduce Peter is because when I saw Peter speak at the Spotlight Awards, he has a gift. He's a very, very special person. Because when he was speaking, I felt like I was the only person in the room. I looked up at Peter and I said, I want to work with that guy. He just is so professional, fun, welcoming. Definitely someone to aspire to. So I'd like to introduce Peter Munter. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing with our graduates today. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey now, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here today, and I don't want to undo the powerful message that Charlie just sent out, but I was sitting here talking to my friends and family, and by the way, it's so nice to be back with my friends here, my dear colleagues who've supported me in other experiences at the LA Film School. I was sitting here trying to understand the enormous, incomprehensible feeling of the experience of public speaking. It's so overwhelming it comes into your body and you don't know what to do with all of the energy. And I think sitting here in the front row for the last 20 minutes, just kind of musing on it, I realized that it's about the intense realization of community. That I'm not talking to just one of you, we are all together. And the sense of surrender into that togetherness can give you all the confidence you need to go out and transform the world into a better place. And with that, I'd like to begin my speech. However, it has left the teleprompter. So I don't know, maybe I need some help.
They definitely picked the wrong person to help.
Hi, Dan. You're good. You're good. I'm going to keep going, actually. Is this on? Okay. So that power of connection, it's just enormous. It reminds me of the first time I heard fireworks, or the first time you stand before the enormity of the ocean, behold its power. I'll never forget the first time my 5-month-old daughter saw it. It was the first time I ever saw her really clutch onto her mother's arms in fear, I guess. But really, it's just the awesome power of a thing that's so big you can't comprehend. It also reminds me of the first time you hear a kick drum thunder through an enormous PA festival PA system. And honestly, if the thunder don't get you and the lightning don't get you, I think the power of connection with your fellow man might just get you. It's a beautiful thing to be here together. I'm going to unfold my speech from my pocket. Wow, thank you. What an important day. I think I said this, but I'm deeply honored to welcome you all. And by the way, I'm Peter. And I'm not going to lie, silencing the voice in me, demanding to know, what are you doing here, is exalting. I mean, come on, they picked me to inspire this legendary theater, this beautiful crowd. It's unbelievable. And yet, in response to this moment, I say, here I am. I do work in iconic Hollywood. I love my family. My job helps others laugh and cry and sing and reflect their vision in a business which, like it or not, calls inspiration a side effect of commerce done well. Yes, we're selling, but we are also selling joy. We're selling transformation to the people who love and need the art in which we collaborate. So with that aside, I want you to know that my hopeful pride for all of you, dear strangers and friends, shatters my imposter syndrome, the disbelief I feel that you chose me to come before you today and honor you. It leaves only glittering smithereens to dance in the air. So here they are. All of the work you have done has led you to this moment. Looking out, I recognize the silhouette of dedication, that dim light which is just enough to see. It's the one I crave from humanity. How about you? Somehow, knowing that others have cared enough to try, it makes me run for the drawing board again and again for one more episode of dreaming this life, a community who dreams together. This is, in a nutshell, why I love the LA Film School, and I'm so grateful to have found this place and come through it. Everyone here holds gratitude and respect for the choices you have made, and one's still to come. So welcome to this pinnacle, where you may discover new ranges of mountains, silently gazing back, with them the promise of even more dazzling vistas. This moment is for you. Let it fill this theater with pride to the point of overflow, so like water seeks equilibrium. A lesson I learned from Jason Moss, my recording school instructor and dear friend. So like water seeks equilibrium, it carries you out into this wild world upon a voracious current. You were made to enjoy this. Out where others crest the waves of their dreams and make them real. Lest we forget the valley that beckons between us and our next great peak. It won't be easy. And so, like my little girl always says, healthy, safe, and strong. We go together, and it is us who make this world a safe place to be clever. Yep, a safe place to be clever. That's where I am right now. Thank you for reminding me. When I look back to my own graduation day, I can picture our recording school president, Mr. Stephen Miller, in his candor, mouth moving, words sparking the air. I think he said something about never working a day in your life as long as you apply yourself to the things that bring delight. Which, while a beautiful thought, the words do escape me, and yet the feeling is acute. I remember how he made me feel, and I'm there right now, tip to tail, as my favorite songwriter Billy used to tell me. I'm really grateful to share that feeling again with you, all of you. It's the feeling of being welcomed into a world with space enough. Come on into the party. You're going to do great. There's room to be, to belong together. Because when we face the facts, the human organism is a work in progress. Several 100 million years of pure selfishness, really, survival instinct, the so-called old brain, master of split-second reactions to lions, tigers, and bears, cold, rain, and snow, and all the dangers out there in the world. Coupled with a much younger, let's say 30 million years or so, and fresher set of adaptations. They call this the neocortex, the slower processor of more refined powers, making plans, complex thinking, reasoning, and empathy, the essential force of the arts. The new brain is about 15 times younger, and my therapist happens to say that it takes 15 positive thoughts approximately to move us for every one negative that we believe. So go figure, it's basically a map of who we are, what we are. But what does it mean for a thoughtful spirit in the modern creative age to drive a multi-100-million-year-old impulse engine honed by fear to avert disaster? First of all, wow, that's some heavy technology, and we should be grateful to have it once we get used to the astonishment. Secondly, I think it may mean that doubt, the slowed-down new brain counterpart to fight or flight, if you will, is our most invaluable tool, our own best friend. The space we need to stop and think differently, heal from our pain, and move forward to show something beautiful to everyone else around. Doubt for Descartes proves existence. We think, therefore we are, right? You've heard the adage. The thought, however, if you've read Descartes, was doubt. He said, well, what if I'm not really here? And in that thought, he proved that he was, for how could he be thinking if he was not there to think? Right? Doubt saves us from certain destruction, our forebears from being eaten. Doubt lets me see past my nose in a conscious experience, which by default is utterly about me. When it comes down to it, I think we can agree that from our perspective, every last one of us is very clearly the center of the universe. It's all happening to us, inside us, to the left and right of us, before and after us. This is the illusion of separateness that many spiritual teachings illustrate. Out here in the togetherness of life unfolding, we are wired to see ourselves as somehow uniquely alone, and it ensures our survival. Yet, fortunately for us loners, the story goes that solitude is also a doorway to compassion. Think about that the next time somebody nearly kills you in traffic. All this to say that I know getting to this day has not been easy, even if it was so fun, and you can't hide it. I was there. It was really fun. You could have given up myriad times, surrendered to the rat race, or whatever other bummer choice you might have made. This school draws people from every chapter of life, and for some of you, maybe the decision to come here was a natural progression into pursuing precisely what excited you as a kid, and bravo to you if that's true. That is beautiful. And also all of you out there in the world who are not here physically, but still have gone through the gauntlet of this education. Wow, it's so cool to hear about all of the remote learners who are graduating today. And I'm grateful to you, Christy, for bringing that to my attention. For some of you, kind of like me, who has zigzagged through life, it was a conscious pivot away from giving up Either way, the gift we give ourselves, especially through education, is the space to doubt our instincts, to be wrong, especially when we're trying to give up, to learn a thing or two over and over. This beautifully incomplete picture keeps us keeping on. You don't have to believe everything you think, but you can surely doubt it. I was so frustrated when I came to this place, a broken artist chewed up and spit out by the machine. Boo-hoo. However, in this change of vantage point, turning away constructively from art for a moment even, I found space. I found tools right in front of me I could not previously see through the veil of rejection blues. What I ultimately realized in this shift of perspective was that I was ready to give myself a shot for the first time ever, fully accountable for whatever possibilities were to emerge. Most importantly, I was not alone. The community dream was alive and well for me back at school, here at the LA Film School, down the street at the Los Angeles Recording School, and on every walk in between with my dear friends and classmates. When it comes to life, we size it up, and sometimes we find that nothing really matters. Or rather, significance may only be human-made, like this day, the meaningful moment of us all gathered here together to honor the work that you have done. That work is real, and nothing can take that away from you. Does meaning exist without us? If it all amounts to nothing, it's no leap to wonder, why me? Why everything? Why anything at all? What is the point? It's also possible for us to stop there, forgive us, old brain, and take a spiritual beat to ask, why not? When we peer into that doubt, that space, we find options. Options that will lift up and illuminate our lives and the lives of other people. Yes, we are in this together. The late, great David Lynch said, "The only doubt strong enough to throw you off the path is one that shows you you're on the wrong path." Can you tell I miss David Lynch? Welcome your doubts with curiosity, my friends, and you will find in time, perhaps, that it only brightens your light. You may not be able to see your journey. I certainly could not see mine, and maybe I still can't. But you can imagine where it may lead you if you demand to expand and refuse to give up. My dear business professor, Dr. Guy Langvart, turned us onto the work of entrepreneurial philosopher Seth Godin. He talks about the way we unintentionally surrender into a belief structure he calls the tyranny of being picked. That's when we slip into the role of groveling for a shot, feeling left out of the room, desperate for a magnetic stranger or anyone we admire, quite frankly, to just take notice, for us to be seen. Don't surrender to the tyranny of being picked. You are a solution to the problems of those who would take notice, so give yourself a chance. Being here now, flying around on this pinpoint of dust we call a planet through incomprehensibly vast space is enough. I think we've been chosen for what it's worth. And you are the one who gets to choose now, all of you, to find yourselves as the solution to whatever is right in front of you. When you bring that unique perspective only you can see, others will take notice. Maybe that's why I'm here now. I don't know. I still can't believe it, if I'm honest. Many of you have forged friendships in the past year or two that will enrich your lives and your imagination beyond expectation. That's what happened to me here. It's a vivacious cycle. The dedication and inspiration you have shown one another in all of the many milestones of this time in your life. Let them flash before you now. Are they flashing? Savor these memories knowing that you made them real. Know that these still frames are eternal. They shape this very moment and beyond. Take care of one another and be kind. You've been told, If you're not nice, it will be remembered, so I'm not even going to stress that. Just be kind. You made it. Dear graduates, we have all the faith that every one of you is an improvement upon this world, a solution. I'll say it again. We cannot wait to see what you will do, and we will no doubt proudly declare, we knew you when you paint your masterpiece. And so, esteemed colleagues, teachers, mentors, and guides, family, friends, it is my great honor to congratulate the graduating cohort of January 2025. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter, for those beautiful words. My name is Marley Rodriguez. I am the program manager of our Film on Ground program, and for the moment you've all been waiting for. I welcome my esteemed colleagues, program managers and directors from other programs to join me on stage in handing out the diplomas. Graduates, please rise. Graduating with an Associate of Science in Audio Production, Juan Frias. Ethan Hugart, cum laude. Donnell Jones, magna cum laude. Val Miles, cum laude. Nicholas Portaro, summa cum laude. Dylan Tarver, summa cum laude. Graduating with an Associate of Science in Music Production, John Ansel, Summa Cum Laude. Bryson Bashkaroff. Christian Carrillo. Efren Castel Naveda, Magna Cum Laude. Justin Hardinge. Evan Kalamian, cum laude. Andrew Rogers. Lexington Wong. Tanaya Young. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Animation, Ryan De Los Santos, Summa Cum Laude. Victoria Reles Hernandez. Theo Werlu, Summa Cum Laude. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Graphic Design, Portland Foster, Summa Cum Laude. Josh McFarland, Summa Cum Laude. Liselle Morden. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Audio Production, Christopher Acevedo. Mia Barnum, cum laude. Oliver Boone. Nathan Emmaheiser. Frank Figueroa. Nicholas Gutzwiller. Hannah Rutherford, Summa Cum Laude. Sean Shemansky. Mason Stroud, Summa Cum Laude. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Music Production, Jacob Fogy. Deontay Kaiser. Suet Segovia Gonzalez, cum laude. William Sibley. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Entertainment Business, Grace Boland, cum laude. Celine Foulon. Benjamin Francisco Garcia Mantarola, Summa Cum Laude. Kyla Minero. Stephanie Perez, Summa Cum Laude. Christina Smith, Summa Cum Laude. Alexis Cyphers. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Film Production, Truls Valand Asland, Magna Cum Laude. Paolo Cerino. Matthew Holtz, cum laude. Kyrillos Kalini. Fernando País. Sierra Reed, cum laude. Mason Seeley. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Digital Filmmaking, Edwin Angulo. Sean Binder. Ross McDonald, Summa Cum Laude. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Writing for Film and Television, Garbus Durakjan. Shaisha Lewis, cum laude. Clinton Howard, cum laude. Congratulations.
I don't want to embarrass her, but please, another round of applause for Marley. I mean, this is a very difficult task. It is so important for us as an institution, for Marley. I mean, she sits out there in the lobby and learns how to pronounce every single name. And I did that for a couple years, and I was away from one of the graduations, and so Marley stepped in, and when I returned, everyone was like, Kyle, Marley did such a great job. Congratulations on your new role. Another thank you to our keynote speaker, Peter. I mean, you gave me a lot of homework this weekend of just reflecting and processing on this beautiful speech to our community. And just a sincere gratitude because you personified that Joseph Campbell hero's journey. You were here, you graduated, you went out in the world, and you came back today to share your experiences and the wisdom and your stories. So thank you, so much for that. So we just had the opportunity to honor and recognize our graduates, some that were in campus-based programs, others that were in online-based programs that came out to LA. We're now taking this opportunity to recognize our online graduates who are scattered throughout the country and the globe, okay? This is very, very important. When we think about the concept of like an education momentum framework, there are just a certain degrees of challenges when you're in an online distance education program. You have a certain level of aspiration, a mindset, maybe a different kind of level of the grit, and then the agency to be able to persevere and persist to this particular moment. So this moment is to honor and recognize our online graduates, some who are joining us live right now, some who will, watch this a little later. Here's the moment. We do have a tradition at the Los Angeles Film and Recording Schools. It's not that homework assignment. The real tradition is I now ask you to please rise and face your family, friends, loved ones. Our online graduates, please feel free to do the same thing, even if you're at work. As the Vice President of Education at the Los Angeles Film and Recording Schools, it is my honor to bestow upon you all of the rights and privileges of a Los Angeles Film and Recording School graduate. Graduates, you may now move the tassel from the right to the left, the side closest to your heart. Graduates, I now ask you to please sit. As Peter, one of many themes in his speech, our community, and we're in physical community together and our virtual community. Online graduates, please also sit. If you're watching this, I don't know if you're standing up at home or in the office or whatnot. So to welcome you into kind of the alumni and alumnae community for the next step in your journey, I would like to introduce a dear colleague, Vice President of Career Development, Angelia Shepard.
Good morning, everybody. This is my favorite time of the month. We get to welcome all of our friends and family to campus, but more importantly, we get to honor and salute our graduating class of January 2025. Graduates, congratulations, you've done it. You've reached this important milestone. Absolutely, we can clap all day for that. Yes. Please know that your career development team is here for you. Our partnership, our commitment is lifelong. So when you leave this campus today, we will be expecting to see you through many different times throughout the year. We want to encourage you to come back to campus. We want to encourage you to attend some of our events and some of our webinars. We have lots of services that we are offering to you that are going to be important for you to actually reach those career goals and journeys that we've heard a lot about today. Charlie covered a lot about the importance of career. Certainly Peter a special thank you for coming back to campus. Peter is a shining example of the alumni and their ability to come back and to give service. And so I want to encourage each of you to consider that before you get too deep and you get to working and you forget about us. So please come back to campus. I have the honor today and the pleasure to welcome each of you, not only the graduates that are here in this theater, but the graduates that are watching with us online. I have an honor to welcome you into the Los Angeles Film and Recording School Alumni Association of over 15,000 members. Welcome. Yes. And as you join this professional network, made up of many people like Peter, you have the ability to do three important things: lean on each other, collaborate together, and never, ever stop creating. I want to inspire you every day, motivate you every day to commit to your creative passion. Whether that's the job search, whether that's pitching a project, whether that's finishing your own project, you have to stay persistent, resilient, and committed every day. This journey is not easy. There are going to be a lot of no's along the path. No, we didn't get the deal. No, the project's not starting as we expected it. No, you didn't get the job. However, when you get that first yes, it is life-changing. And I promise you, when you get that first yes, it will inspire and open doors that you never thought were possible. So I want to encourage you to stay in contact with us, encourage you to come back to campus and join the fellow alumni that you now are a proud member of. Today, immediately following our ceremony, we have a reception planned for you in the building next door. Many members of the career development team are there. Your advisors, your industry outreach associates, those folks are going to partner with you while you're pursuing your career. So I want to encourage everybody to please stop by, meet with us, talk to us about what you're thinking about doing so we can help and assist. And I've also found out that Peter is going to stay for a little bit, and he's going to be available to meet with you all in the lobby next door. So your first networking and connecting opportunity created for you right here today. So don't miss out. Come over and say hello to Peter, find out about what he's doing and some of the steps perhaps that he took once he left this institution. So graduates, this is your day. We are so, so very proud of you. We want to thank you for selecting the Los Angeles Film School as your partner. This concludes our graduation ceremony for today. Family and friends, you may exit the theater using the right or the left side, but we want to encourage everybody to please stay afterwards. Please enjoy the reception that we have for you. And more importantly, for the graduates that are here in the theater, we have your alumni cards ready for you to pick up today, and a tiny gift from the Alumni Association. For those of you that are watching online, we will get those items into the mail to you right away. But please come and enjoy, connect with us. We want to hear from you. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you so much.
Not saying I have clarity, but one thing is clear to me. There is more than meets the eye, and it's what makes me come alive. I got visions, I got dreams, undiscovered energy. Walk the line of earthly things, thank the heavens for what she brings. I want more of it, I want more of it. Come and give me all of it, I'm sure of it. I want chills, I want the static, want the rush, say I gotta have it. I want more than the average. I want the magic. Super soul, you know I'm an addict. Wanna feel the miracles happen. Made a life for abracadabra. I want the magic. Hey!